whatever time is for you over there. Am I quiet? How's this? I just wasn't talking loud enough. But yeah, good. Whatever time it is for you over there. Just at midnight, but you're a little nocturnal lately. I get you. It's always a bit of a conundrum for me because technically midnight is the AM. It's the morning, but I don't really consider it morning until I've gone to sleep and it's night. It's light out again. You know, it's like dark is night, day is light. You know, not whatever the clock says the time is. Back a few years ago, or more like a decade ago, I when I wasn't keeping to any kind of schedules, I ended up my sleep cycle ended up with going to bed at 4 a.m. and waking up near noon. So yeah, I try not to be that late anymore. The the main issue that was what you've been doing lately. Doesn't help that sunset is 4 p.m. now yet. I remember when I read about that over there, that sunset would be it's like 4 p.m. I think even some places it's like 3 p.m. and I'm like I couldn't do that. You know, you gotta just switch the whole schedules around. Just as too early for it being dark. Like you've just had a cap a day. When I visited Sweden, their sun never sets during the summer. Woke up at 4 a.m. and the sun was still up. Yikes! I don't know how people do that when there's no cycle. It messes you all up. Like your body doesn't know what to do. Should have got my reference up before. It's the opposite during the winter. Sun is barely up during the day. Just snowy ice cape. Did get to see the aurora borealis stuff. Yeah, it's like it gets overcast, just overcast during the day, and I want to sleep, and I have no motivation to do anything. It's like I couldn't live like that. There was one year that the aurora borealis got down so far that we could see it where we are. We normally don't get to see it. But it was down far enough. I need to find like some astronomy page or mailing thing to follow so I can actually, be apprised of when events are happening. Like being able to see stuff. This year or last year, I don't even remember when it was. I finally saw a solar eclipse. No, I'm not going to the Sonic Expo. I don't go to those things. They're always so far away from me, and I just don't have the energy for that. My pencil is being weird on me. May have to replace the dip again. Or is it because my palm's resting on this? That's odd. Never done that before. What is it with glitches happening while on stream? Never happened before. Let's get my mic a little closer to my mouth, maybe. My voice tends to drop a lot. Is that better? Yeah, it's probably just my voice rather than the mic. I can get too soft a lot of times. Should probably actually use artist gloves I have, so I don't touch the screen. Maybe that'll fix this. Seems like it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna change this nib. Cause it's gotten down to the, I assume it's metal in there. Little silvery gray part. I keep putting it off because I'm cheap, and I try to use things until they're just not possible to be used anymore. See if I can remember where I put it. There we go. I still can't believe how much money I have spent on a pencil. Like, it's a stylus, but you know, they call it a pencil. It's just insanely expensive. Most expensive pencil I've ever had. That seems to be doing better. Just gonna restart these ears. I'm kind of really winging the pose here. Yes, the cons of digital art. There are plenty of pros too, but I should have probably checked that my notifications were muted. At least it didn't show anything. It might be muted, and it just still sends something. No, there you go. Now it's on Do Not Disturb. I was not expecting to wake up today and see that there was an update announced for Animal Crossing New Horizons. Just when you least expect it. Yeah, there's a bunch of crazy stuff in there. Finally, yeah, the bulk crafting is like we should have had that from the beginning. Why did it take so long? It's such a basic feature. It saves sanity. And the Switch 2 upgrade is only $5. It is, it's unbelievable. And then, all that stuff you get in the free update too. It just would have been nice to have some Metroid collabs in it. I definitely was not expecting to see Lego. You see, they could put Samus in as a bird. Perfect. Samus the bird. That Metroid Prime art book came in the other day. It's just one problem. None of my shelves are tall enough. I'm going to have to figure out where to put it. Oh, I got several things in drawers because there just isn't room. Though I have plenty of blank shelves because I just haven't decided what to put there yet. Because I can't just put random things places. There must be order, symmetry, categorization. Drawing this may be more difficult than I thought because we do not have the best of reference images. Alright, let's not duplicate. Get it out of here. Start over. One thing I do like about this newer pencil, this is the 2nd gen, is I can just squeeze it to switch from the brush to the eraser, which saves some time. My tablet may also be wigging out because I used it quite a bit today. Mostly just sitting in Speed Simulator. Sitting in the trade center trying to sell off some stuff I don't want. And apparently, most people don't want it either. Yeah, that's kinda... Yeah, I should use this to start. Do, 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 do. Yeah, decisions, decisions, decisions. Do, do, do. How'd that happen? Do, 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 do. Been a year already. They just don't seem real. It happened again. I wasn't looking at it, so I don't know what in the world happened. If this keeps wigging out, I may have to restart my tablet. That's not supposed to happen. Down here, about like that. Comes up and there's a little dip here. I'm guessing it's not the best. It's not as clear as it could be, so I'm guessing that's how the mouth is. What it looks like to me. Most of them don't look like they have mouths, but it's like, you know, they gotta eat somehow. They roar or screech, and this kind, or at least the adult form, spits energy. And, you know, it's described as spitting energy, so it's like, yeah. It's not, we don't have the... Yeah, the graphics weren't the highest quality, so... Alright, let's see, got the tip here. Slightly winging this, but... winging. The rest of it shouldn't be too difficult, just the head. I was gonna do this close to the camera, as it were, but I think I want have more details in this. You can always zoom in later. It's kind of glitching just zooming in and out, so I don't know. I'll restart it over break, I think. I turned that off, the thing that adjusts the brightness based on, the light in the room, and it's the brightness level still fluctuates. It's like, why? I don't want you to do that. Then it gets real dark and I can't see. There, maybe. Heads are about the same size.
Oh yeah! This is happening!
Yeah! I put up a few new ones just before stream. I'd come up with some more to put on.
Oh no.
Did that last one not work? Alright, I'll take a break now. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to reset my Twitch chat thing so that it actually gives me notifications. It does this all the time. Drives me nuts. Still seems a little glitchy. Like it shouldn't be jittering like this. Who would have thought bird thing hard to draw? They really went crazy on the piano in this. Ah, scrambled eggs. Delicious at any time of day. You can make them even better if you add in some cream when you whip them up. Hmm. Like condensed cream, I guess. Half and half. Doesn't really matter. You could just use milk too. It's not as creamy, but just adds a little more flavor, makes them fluffier. Fortunately, I can't have them that way in the mornings because for some reason my lactose intolerance is worse in the morning. It's more of an empty stomach thing. After I've had some food in me, I usually don't have too much of a problem with dairy the rest of the day, but in the mornings is when I can't really have it. I'm just built different in a variety of ways. Three eggs, good amount of milk. So I think I already read your mind, yeah. My brother puts all kinds of spices in his, and I'm just like, why? That's too many, too early in the morning. But he likes adding a ton of flavor to stuff, extra flavors. I think it's like oregano and basil and or maybe not basil, but he adds a bunch of different stuff. Nutmeg too, I think. I don't get it. Brother once made these scrambled eggs. They were gray. The worst eggs ever had. I think that means they were overcooked. Because when I have a hard boiled egg that's been overcooked, the yolk is kind of a gray green color, which tastes terrible. So I prefer soft or medium boiled eggs, so it's still gooey. Yeah, nice shade of yellow. That's what you want. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I'm a person who avoids microwave food as it always tastes funny, but microwave scrambled egg is an exception. There's only a few things I don't like to microwave because it changes things. Most other things I don't have a problem with the microwave. My brother, on the other hand, doesn't like putting a lot of things in the microwave. Um, Milk is one of them that I don't put in there. The last time I tried to heat up milk in the microwave, I got an upset stomach, so I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. It just something changes, and it doesn't taste good either. It's some weird flavor to it that I can't quite describe. I don't like putting Lipton noodle soup in the microwave either, because it makes the noodles too mushy. So it's only 5 minutes on the stove. I can handle that. Maybe that's why scrambled eggs are okay. They're supposed to be mushy. Possibly. Quite possibly. There's some stuff when you microwave it, you have to add a little water in there because it will just get dried out. Like reheating leftover rice, you need to add some water in there. You're gonna have hard, dry rice. Lately, I've taken to when I have a burger, I put the burger patty on the bun. Well, not wait. I put the bun in the microwave for a few seconds to warm it up. It really makes the whole burger just a little better. Wet paper towel, place it on top of food in the microwave. Ah, I'll have to remember that. I usually just sprinkle some water on it. Like you want to reheat a biscuit, yes, I sprinkle a little water on it so it's fluffy again. Haven't tried it in a while, but they showed me I could reheat the tater tot casserole. I was apprehensive about using the microwave, but they showed me the way. Tater tot casserole sounds interesting. Yeah, most casseroles sound like, a science experiment gone wrong. Like tuna casserole, green bean casserole, but there's a few. I like the sweet potato casserole. We've been having that with our Thanksgiving dinner for a few years now, ever since we got it at a restaurant one year. Like, I need this. And that was the first time I tried sweet potato anything. Because for some reason I was like, that's potato, but the wrong color. I'm not eating that. But it's really good. Especially considering it's cooked with brown sugar. It's an interesting week because they were all vegans. They wanted so badly to eat meat. Understandable. Understandable. I definitely like my meat lately, and sometimes I'll just get craving, specifically for a Wendy's double stack cheeseburger. And lately whenever we have spaghetti, I'm like, we need meatballs. We need meatballs. I will buy the meatballs if I have to, but I want meatballs in my spaghetti. I would just straight up eat meatballs. Sounds really good. Most of our places are McDonald's, although if you go to big cities, you can find anything. Yeah. One thing, there was something else I started putting in my spaghetti, and it's really good. Popcorn chicken. So it's kind of just like the, chicken parmesan, but also like meatballs. Just a nice little alternative. And it's crunchy. Chicken and ramen. It is interesting that two separate cultures kind of came up with the same sort of idea of noodle soup. It's a little different, but it's the same general concept. I'm normally more of a chicken kind of girl, but lately I've been preferring the beef ramen. It's just a stronger flavor, more robust, I guess. But I get both that way. I can have a little variety. It's like, okay, I had chicken ramen today. I have beef ramen tomorrow. Yeah, I am the type. I have literally ordered half a chicken at a restaurant a few times because they actually have that on the menu. Just order a half of a chicken, and I eat that half of a chicken. That Pirates Voyage I was to recently, they served half a chicken. Yeah, eating is more scheduled than planned. I think my bare minimum of any day is cheese and bread if nobody is cooking. Sometimes a lot of times I just eat a handful of stuff just sitting in the kitchen like that, but lately I've been trying to make some actual meals, to have some quality food, and just eat more eggs in general. I mean, we have no real shortage of eggs, so I may as well eat them. I need to make me an egg salad sandwich one of these days, so that's mostly more of a summer thing. I could try making a Japanese style egg salad sandwich. That's got the regular egg salad, and then they have like soft or medium boiled egg in it too, which just sounds really good. When life gives you eggs, make exactly everything. Yes, I could eat eggs all day. So long as the yolks are still a bit runny. I don't like fully cooked yolk. It's too dry. Too much eggs will only mean one thing. Fortunately, I haven't run into that problem yet. Think I have to restart the music. Oh, it's the beta fight. The gamma versus beta fight. That will probably never get on the big screen, considering we skipped Adventure and went straight to Adventure 2, which annoys me a little. I can see you wanting to jump to Shadow because you don't know how many more you're going to be allowed to make, but, I mean, we already jumbled 2 and 3 into 2, so. Eh. On the subject of meat, I'm surprised at the variety I'm seeing in stores now. They have, regular stores got buffalo, and recently I've seen ground venison. So it's like, that's interesting. Starting to get some more variety. There's this one fair here that there's one of the trucks, the food trucks, sells elk burgers. I think I missed it this year, unfortunately. I'm no meat expert. I just see meat and go, yep, that's meat. I just like trying different things, different kinds than you normally get. My dad's had goat burger before, and he says it's good, and it's goat meat is sweet. And it's like, why can't I have it? Where do we get some goat meat? I've had venison, but it was in oh, it was in jerky, so I'm with all with all the spices in jerky. You don't even really can't really tell. Eat a lot of lamb in Wales. I love some lamb. It's unfortunately rather expensive here, so I usually only get it in euros. That and the way it ends up being cooked in a lot of restaurants is just not interesting to me. One time it was very undercooked. It's like I can't eat this. Or they put so many things on it that it's like I can't even taste the meat anymore, just this gook. And I don't get the point of that. There are more sheep than people, so we get plenty of stock. Yeah, I wish I could have that much lamb. Oh well, beef's good too, especially if it's been cooking all day in the crock pot. Now I've heard of the mint sauce. Just that's not for me. I don't like mint at all actually. The only mint I tolerate is in peppermint patties. That's because it's covered in dark chocolate. Don't mind mint ice cream, but struggle with chocolate. Now I'm one of those people that think mint ice cream tastes like toothpaste. I love chocolate ice cream, but I'm selective on what kind of chocolate. Because if it's very pale looking, that means it's not got a lot of, not got enough fat in it or flavor in it, and it's not gonna taste good. So I gotta, you know. You also think it tastes like toothpaste? Yes, like it's the same flavor as toothpaste. It's kind of like when they have something like a cherry flavored drink or whatever. It's like it tastes like cough syrup because that's what flavor they put in cough syrup. So why am I? I'm not gonna like this flavor. It tastes like medicine. Makes it all the more weird that you like it. Yeah, certainly. Oh, you like what you like? I these um these weight loss shakes I sometimes get. They used to come in these really hard metal cans, and I used to like licking the metal. No idea why, just did. But then they made them plastic, and I can't do that no more. And there's a lot of glue in the paper straws we've all been drinking out. I haven't been to many places around me that went with paper straws, but mostly Costco and Sam's Club, and I just won't use them. I'll drink straight from the cup without the lid before I'll use them. It's like it tastes terrible. And it's, dissolving as I'm drinking it. That can't be good, you know? Yeah. But how else you gonna drink a milkshake without proper straw? Yeah, not too many places around here went paper. I don't think any of our fast food around here has gone paper. All the more reason why I want to be a moth, 'cause I'd have a built-in straw in my mouth. That's sure convenient. Though it may also get in the way. And I suppose to clean it, you'd have to have a pipe cleaner instead of a toothbrush. I wonder how long it's going to be before we get an announcement on the next Sonic game. Mainline Sonic game. How long has it even been since Frontiers? I don't even know. $3 years? Oh, I don't have a sense of time. Came out around the Sonic 2 movie. Yeah, I don't have a good sense of time. Memory is really good, it's a curse. Well, my memory is sometimes good. I can remember things like they happened a second ago, etched into my memory, like written in stone. Usually the stuff I don't want to remember. A lot of things just disappear. Like, I'll even look at posts on my socials from like a year or two ago, and I'll be like, I have no idea what that's talking about. I have no idea what happened. Like, I think it was a post. I think it was 2023. I read one recently, something about muscle relaxers. I'm like, when did I need those? Why did I need those? I don't even know. 2021 December. Yeah, that's gonna be 4 years since that was announced. Be nice if we get a announcement in December. I'll be talking to my friend and just casually drop what me and him were doing in 2014 June. Yeah, I definitely can't do that unless it coincided with something big that I easily remember when that happened. But yeah, that's what a couple head injuries will do to ya. And honestly, the fact that I found Shadow's memory amnesia relatable, it should have been a clue. You like an elephant? I don't know what creature has extremely selective memory. But there are some things I can remember in exquisite detail. Like, I'm there. But other things, not a chance. Just depends. And I'm not in control of what it is that I actually remember. It gets old. There was one morning, I decided to look up the release date of Shadow the Hedgehog, when's the anniversary? And I look it up, and I'm like, it's gonna be 20 years old. So I'm just laying in bed like 20 years ago. 20 years ago! So I don't need any more reminders that I'm getting old. What if a time hits you like that it's scary, yeah. Especially when I have so many gaps in my memory. It's like, what was I even doing from this time to that time? I don't even know. Don't even know. And sometimes it's just like, can Shadow stop being relatable to me? Can I stop being relatable to Shadow? Because it gets old after a while with the memory thing. Like, I don't have a ton of stuff, but I tend to hoard certain items because I have memory attached to that item. And if I get rid of that item, I may forget that memory. So it's just, I gotta hold on to this so I don't forget. be a hindrance because I'll remember every person I talk to, but they definitely don't remember me. That would kind of suck. Meanwhile, I have the opposite problem. I forget people too easy. Especially at, family reunions. It's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. Who are you? Seriously, I have no idea who you are. Doesn't help that we see each other so infrequently. We used to have family reunions every so often, but anymore, the only time anyone gets together is when somebody dies. Which is how it seems to go after certain older members die off. There's no one to bind anyone together. Big families are a task to keep up with, yes. Meet a new cousin and you blink and now they have kids, yeah. And then you meet some family members and then you find out why you never hang out with them. They're a little nuts. I wish they'd give us Chow Gardens. Their reasoning apparently is that it would have to be, hydrate. I think I need to check the notification or alerts or whatever thing, because I'm not hearing those. I don't know if it's glitching out or what. Okay, you're hearing him, I'm just not hearing him. Maybe I need to switch to a scene. Alright, for some reason that was switched to monitor off instead of monitor and output. I don't know. For some reason, I also usually can't hear the ones over the music. And I Don't know why, because the music is set way lower. I usually hear him fine while streaming a game, just not with the stream music like this. I don't know why. Well, the wait for the next mainline game should be a lot easier with Rumble to entertain us, yes. Which I'm pretty sure my next stream will be Rumble, so that's when it comes out. Oh, Wednesday? I thought it was Tuesday. Yeah, I thought it was November 4th. Or is it time difference? Pencil is still kind of wigging out here. And I restarted the whole tablet. It'll be 8 a.m. November 5th for you. Okay. Oh, time thing. That messes me up just a little bit every time I think about the time differences and how one hemisphere is a different season than the other. And you realize how big the planet is. You see, it's dropping my. Let's see the circle. Okay, now it. Maybe I'm just not pressing hard enough. Where's the angle? When it's straight down. I went straight down. It's not. It's skipping. I don't know. Or when I flew to the U.S. at around 11 a.m. when I arrived, it was still 11 a.m. Wow. You chaos controlled. You teleported. 8-hour flight. Yeah, I don't think I could handle flying. It's just too many usually rude people in small area. You can't go anywhere. And I don't think I could handle the pressure change. I had enough trouble just traveling through the mountains. Deathly afraid of heights, managed with headphones and the Switch. I'm not so much afraid of heights as it is the falling part. Like if I'm up high but there's sufficient railing, I'm fine, but like on a rickety ladder, not fine. I definitely have to have headphones to block everyone out, maybe even earplugs as well. It was nice being woken up by a flight attendant. She gave me a Coke and an Egg McMuffin. That's nice, get woken up and given food. Though I oddly do not like breakfast in bed, because I can't just sit up and eat it. I pretty much always have to go to the restroom as soon as I wake up. And I have things, I have my routines I have to do. No boy, they kept giving me Cokes. This would come to haunt me because I'm scared of using the restroom on a plane. Yeah, that would be the other thing is the restroom situation. Because if the pressure issue is messing with my condition, one of the symptoms is having to go to the restroom frequently. So it's one of those things that compounds. Why is this hand so difficult? The part of the problem is this pencil glitching. So I don't know if it's the pencil or the tablet. Hmm. I just need to get a reference sheet of hands and all the different poses hands do and just keep that somewhere to use instead of guessing. Getting on a plane in negative 16.6 Fahrenheit was not so fun. However, it was freezing. Oh man. That's just too cold. If it's that cold, I ain't going outside. It's just ridiculous. I don't do well in I don't do well when it's 60 out. Yeah, I'm already in my winter pants. And my feet and hands still get like icicles. It was in survival mode, I bet. When it's too cold, my body just wants to shut down. It wants to curl into a ball and sleep. Because all the joints hurt. It's like Froppy from My Hero Academia. Cold makes her sleepy. This thing is driving me nuts. It tasks me. His hand is too small anyway. I still struggle with that with this style. It's getting the hands and feet the right size. Alright, don't want to cover his face up too much. I probably should have planned this out a little better. Maybe looked at some photos. Let's see, your arm's long enough to do this, maybe? Or maybe just do that. Yeah, underneath. Under the head. It gets real difficult in the winter because I already have trouble getting up in the morning. But I'm in the warm blanket. And outside the blanket is cold, so my body don't want to get up. That night I tend to get stuck on my phone a bit. Because I hop on the phone to make sure I wake up. So, I have something for my brain. And I'm, checking socials and stuff, trying to do marketing stuff. Posting, technically doing somewhat business things, but, bed is a cocoon. I do not want to leave, yes. Don't want to leave. It's safe and warm. Alright, it is soon break time. I'm just gonna go off when the Ko-fi bot pops up, because that's about the same time. Because Twitch chat has chosen not to send me notifications. Uh, yeah, Twitch I usually get the notification in the Twitch chat widget in OBS, but sometimes it just stops working for whatever reason, and that usually means I have to log out and log back into Stream Elements, which I can't do while I'm streaming. It's just annoying. I would appreciate that. There won't be another break. Tonight, that's the last one of the night. But it's frustrating because I never know when it's going to do that until I've started streaming. It's just a big old why. It's just such a simple thing. It doesn't want to work. I do the breaks so no one misses anything on ad breaks, but it's also helpful for me because I use those for bathroom breaks, get more drink, that sort of thing. Yes, it is definitely good for for me to have a breather, especially since I'm not the social butterfly type. Like I'm only slightly better than Shadow with the whole socializing thing. And most of my socializing involves yapping about things I'm interested in. Well, thank you. I've definitely improved a lot, especially since my first stream, which was the main point of doing this. Because I also have, speech issues. Some are just like a regular speech issue, and some of it had to do with anxiety. So, like, this is a way for me to talk to people in a controlled environment. I'm in control of this environment. So, just that makes it less stressful. So, as someone who's usually the most quiet person in the room, unless someone mentions my interests, heavily relate, yes. Like, I'm the person who, hey, let me tell you this interesting fact I learned about ants recently. So there are a few people I do that with, because like most people are just gonna be annoyed, just gonna be like, okay, sure, that's nice. But I'm that way with what most people want to talk about anyway. Like the small talk. Just there's no purpose. We're not exchanging information. Do 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 do. Why must this thing glitch on me? Info dump about each other's interests. You don't have to be an expert on topic. Pay attention. Nope. Definitely. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out what's going on, because I can't work like this. Look at it. Why is it doing this? I restarted this thing. I may have to back up everything in Procreate and reinstall the thing. I don't want to have to do that, especially with all my brushes. But again, I can't work under these conditions. Just jumping all over the place. Not sure I like that arm pose here. Maybe just, I think have her arm wrapped around. Yes, technology. It's nice when it works. But, you know, that's when. Alright, maybe wrap this arm up here. In these situations, I usually think of one of two of Omega's quotes, and that's urge to maim rising, or this must be corrected with fire. He always gets the best lines. Yes, with fire. I have both panels saved to use as reaction images, though I don't use them near as much as I want to, because sometimes it's like, will this person take this as an actual threat? I don't know. Some people can just be a little too, yeah. It's like, it's a comic panel. It shouldn't be taken that seriously. But I never know. People have taken me far too seriously before, so it's like, Usually my plan in those situations is to reply with, why so serious? Yeah. But, interacting with people is like trying to cross a minefield sometimes. You just never know. And sometimes you think you know. But you always come across that one person that throws you a curveball. And it's like, I don't have protocol for this. I'm trying to draw this and it's not working. Having two characters interact, especially when one is so oddly shaped. Life is full of whimsy. I can take most humor. Yeah. It's just, when it's a random person on the internet, yeah, you don't know them. You just never know. Like, jokingly replying skill issue. They may take that as a deep insult and go crazy, go off, They might just yell at you, and it's like, I don't need that kind of stress. I almost did that to someone who was calling Sonic 06 unplayable. It's like, it has flaws. It can be difficult. Unplayable? I've beaten it several times. Get you on that. There's a level of jokiness that is okay between friends, but strangers, it's like, oh, yeah. You gotta know what people are okay with, and that's different for everybody. You just never know. And I grew up with some particular humor stuff. Uh, the Looney Tunes. See, my sense of humor comes from a group of this group of things: the Looney Tunes, the Red Green Show, Sanford and Son, and Mystery Science Theater 3000. So you can imagine there are some people those jokes don't fly with. Had a random account comment on your post on OCSN that I'm sure was in character, but it felt really mean. People make me sick. Yes, sometimes people can take some things too far, but oddly when oddly I'm less anxious about that stuff because I can on that platform because it's like I can be silly right back. It's less serious. I did have something similar to that actually. Yeah, someone. Yeah, the my post about the noodles. But it's just like I can just fire right back. There is a fine line of try not to engage with people feel off with. Yeah, you gotta trust your vibes. Yeah, don't feed the troll. There's a fine line between, you know, the character you're playing is a jerk, and I'm playing this kind of character so I can be a jerk to people without getting in trouble. There's a fine line. Because if it's a matter of your character being a jerk, then there would at least be some balance there. Like like someone playing Omega. They're expected to threaten people on a regular basis. That's Omega. But if their posts are nothing but me without any humor whatsoever, then that's different. But everyone's got their different level of acceptable. So you just pick the ones with a similar level, and don't interact with the ones that just don't vibe. Hey, pets. I was hoping to get a lot more of this done. This is barely anything. It's sad, honestly. But this trying to put these two characters together is struggle, especially since I've never drawn a Blackwing before. Maybe I should have drawn that. I have been nerfed with tech issues. But maybe I should have drawn the Blackwing first and then worry about what Cinder's doing. That's easier. I'm just trying to go for a nice, cool photo op here. I need to draw more lore-centric stuff rather than just random random, you know. Oh, I know. Ah. Why did this take so long? There we go. It's a nice middle ground here. Behind the... Why did... If this does... It does that to me. This isn't part of the glitching that's happening now. This does it on a regular basis where it just somehow switches to white. I don't know why. So I might as well just share the lore at this point of this drawing. And yes, ever since the Pirates of the Caribbean, I have to, well, not every single time, but I often like to pronounce it drawing. See, that's the kind of stuff I do remember. Random stuff in the movies, like, it's a drawing of a key. No, much more better. It's a drawing of a key. Yeah, random movie stuff, game stuff. I can remember that pretty good, but actual events in my life? Forget about it. I suppose with that stuff, I've watched it several times, and that's why it sticks. And like, because of my photographic memory, I even remember the scenes. Like, I can play the scene in my head, which is really helpful for the whole, imagining AMVs while listening to the radio. Unfortunately, for some reason, my brain doesn't like to be quiet, so I pretty much always have a picture and video slideshow running through my head at all times, and I'm sure it burns up a lot of my CPU. So I need it to be calm and quiet, but no, apparently I can't do that. And right now my brain has decided what it needs to play is scenes from Dark Beginnings. Let's see. My partner had a weird moment the other day when both synergized and said Lisa needs braces at the exact same tone and sync. I do that with my brother all the time. We often think of the same reference at the same time. It's it gets a little creepy sometimes. It's like, do we actually have a hive mind? We just don't know about it. That's why we're always in sync like this. Autistic Bluetooth is a real thing, yeah. And we have this thing where we've done this for years. I don't know why, but we do. But we'll go through the scene, we'll quote the scene just before Sonic and Shadow fight on Prison Island. Me quoting Shadow, him quoting Sonic. You know, the finally found you. So is it? Oh, let me back up. That blue hedgehog again of all places. Finally found you, Faker. Faker, you're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fate. I'll make you eat those words. I got a few things a little jumbled up there, but you get the idea. And we've done that for literal years, and we still do it. Nah. This is the first time this tablet has ever given me this specific trouble. Ever. In fact, I don't think I've had a single tablet do this to me once in my entire time having these things. So I don't know. I may have just overused it today with the Sonic Speed Simulator. So I was having trouble. So I wonder if I should take this screen protector off. See if maybe that's starting to interfere. I was having trouble with the controls in Speed Simulator. Like it kept dropping. So I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with the screen. I hope not. This thing isn't old. Yeah, we got a lot of sync, but not with everything. I'm driving him absolutely insane with all the Eclipse Black Arm stuff. Which, you know, to be fair, I haven't shut up since December. Yeah, I get it. I wish I could think about something else for once. For like a few days, maybe. You like cool aliens? I can't even fault you, because I do too. Yeah, it's just... I like a little variety here. But, you know, this happens. It's a cycle. I think the last time I was this bad was actually a decade ago with Atlas from Astro Boy 2003. Which, incidentally, there are common themes. There are shared themes. Which everything I end up interested in seems to have a shared theme with something else I was interested in before, and usually it all comes back to Shadow. I can't escape. I just cannot escape. Like playing Metroid Other M. You know, the secret military bioweapons research facility. The main reason I even like that is because of Shadow. When I got into Mega Man, the reason I got into Mega Man is because my brother started playing Mega Man X, and then proceeded to tell me that Zero was a lot like Shadow. And I was like, say less. Love bioweapons. Nemesis from Resident Evil was favorite as a kid. I've never played that before. I don't know, it's just so interesting. I don't even know why, except for similarity to Shadow. As it is, half of my book's name comes from when I played Metroid Other M. I think that was the first thing I was introduced to the term bioweapon in the first place, rather than simply living weapons. Time to restart the music again. Probably should just set it to loop. Japan really loved bioweapons that are the ultimate life form trope. Did it with 3 times in 2 years with Tyrant, Mewtwo, and Magician. And Godzilla is kind of technically a bioweapon, just not on purpose. I wonder what the first one was, because it's always usually a first one that every other one afterward is based off of. Oh, escape out of a glass science tube, yeah. There was probably one thing that started all those tropes, including the glass science tube thingy. That's usually how it goes. I think there's a lot of common vampire tropes nowadays that were introduced in one movie that were never part of the original um, vampire lore, legends and stuff. The vampire myth, curious about that too. Yeah, what got them so all inspired? Potentially, like I don't. It's I know it's an old thing, but I don't know how old it is compared to other things. But like, there's the island of Dr. Moreau. That might be. That's a pretty old bioweapons story. Yeah, like I think the like vampires can't go out in the sunlight was started in a specific movie, and everyone just copied that. That wasn't like in the original myth. And the original myth, I believe, they just didn't go out in the day because you could tell they were a corpse. Fascinating stuff. How stories change over time. How one thing can change everything. Like how Shrek changed a lot of animation. May have to do some digging into it. Can't be the only ones making that connection. Yeah, ability, yeah, patterns. There's patterns in everything. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so good at the patterns because it makes me makes me feel a little crazy sometimes. Like my brain just won't shut up. Like calm down. We don't need to check into everything. Someone tells me to stop acting crazy and I play with. I'm not acting. I am crazy. Ha 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 ha. And you just feel like, that meme with all the stuff on the board, cork board. Though it is still wild that before Frontiers, I decided to headcanon that Chaos Emeralds were of alien origin. I just had the wrong aliens. Because we didn't have the ancients then. I thought it was the Black Arms. Yes. Yeah, I've never seen that. I haven't seen most shows that these memes come from. I just know the memes. And I know about these things through osmosis. Yeah, I had the headcanon that the Chaos Emeralds, I'm like, Black Doom can use them. But that must be where they came from, but, not the case. Whole other aliens. Though I have a theory on that too. Because the ancients just look so similar to black warriors. That's just a big, What's the whole Dark Chow stuff? The ancients became Chow. And the Dark Chow have the same, the main color of Dark Chow has the same color scheme as Black Arms. And then of course you have a Dark Chow that looks just like Shadow, who is part Black Arms. And as far as I'm concerned, Dark Chaos Chow looks like a baby Black Doom. So it's just interesting. It could mean nothing, could be accidental, but everything is aliens. They're always up to something. Even some of the obscure lore in Pokemon is all aliens. Does seem to be a favorite trope to use. And I had oddly also headcanon that the Chow. See, like the Chaos Emeralds for one thing, but I had headcanon that the Chow were aliens. But I headcanon that they came from the same place as the Black Arms because of similar growth uh cycles. Like they start in a base form and then become a different form, and they can become a variety of different forms. But, different aliens. So I was kind of there, it just couldn't be all the way there because we didn't have those aliens yet. And I'm honestly torn on whether or not I want the Black Arms to have a connection. And just, despite the similarities and, you know, the stuff that matches up, I do kind of doubt it because like there's this one thing that I keep coming back to on with this theory, and that's the fact that Eggman pointed out that the ancients had DNA matching Chow, like that they were related. So if the Black Arms were also related, then Eggman would have mentioned that too. So the fact that he didn't makes me think it's unlikely, despite the similarities. Unless he, for some reason, doesn't have Black Arms DNA in his system, in his computers, which I highly doubt it. He at least probably has Shadow's DNA on file. Bringing the Sonic 3 movie crossover back for the release of Rumble so more Shadows can just. More Shadow. More shadow. I will never complain about more shadow. Other people are though. It's like we got very little for a long time. Let us have this. Like, and yeah, it's Year of Shadow after all. Yeah, it's still people keep saying I thought the Year of Shadow was over. And it's like they never told us what kind of year. They didn't say Earth year. If you go by the Black Comic, that's 50 Earth years. So, and it's not like we didn't get Shadow content before the Year of Shadow. It's not like they have to stop. Like he's bringing the money. They're not going to shelve him so soon. And they already said that they're going to do other characters. It's like patience. You can get your food too. You don't have to take ours away. Uh. And here's another thing people should consider. And I actually posted it as a reply to someone else talking about, possible silver game. People are like, don't have other characters in there, don't have Shadow in there and all that. Just silver. And it's like, but not everyone is on board with silver right now. Not everyone, like people who've been in the fandom a while know about silver, but newcomers and stuff, they might they may not be as inclined to go for a solo silver game because silver hasn't proven himself in a long time, like Shadow did with Shadow Generations. If you have Shadow in there as a supporting role, more people might be inclined to buy it. Just you gotta think of the big picture. I do think Shadow as a supporting role as a mentor would be great for Silver in the future because he's gonna be around at that time. He's old enough. He'll live that long. Shadow has hit the mainstream, so he's important for newcomers. Yeah. They'll be like, I don't know about the Silver, but Shadow's in it, so at least they'll have that. It'll be good. Enticement. Yeah. At the end of the day, Sega is a business. You gotta think about what's the good business move. Nephew who's like 7 is obsessed with Shadow. It might have been. I think it was probably 8 when I got SA2. So it's been a long, long time. Do, 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 do. just remember making home videos with Dad's camera with the 𝗖𝗛𝗟𝗘𝗦 the Hedgehog theme playing on your Xbox so I could use the song for your Transformers fight. And I guess that's some cool music. I mean, it's playing right now. Do, 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 do. Now we have Pyramid Cave. Gonna flatten this down here. And I somehow got. I don't. This happens to me all the time. I somehow derailed myself from sharing the lore of what I've drawn here. So I'm going to stop drawing so I can focus on that. This is a black wing, and that's alright. I'm too easily distracted. It happens to me all the time, and half the time, it's like, wait, what happened? Anyway, just after the invasion, after Black Doom defeated, Cinder finds a black wing. Black wings are the little juvenile baby versions. A black wing under some rubble. It is injured, and it's not aggressive, so she takes it home with her and nurses it back to health. Why do you want to know? Alright, so yes, for a little bit, as unfortunately, during the world break apart thing, it gets out, and the monsters, the 𝗥𝗨𝗟𝗘𝗦 monsters get to it. So it's a little sad lore. But I decided I finally should draw this instead of having it just written down somewhere. A little photo. Yeah, yeah. Probably should have went with a different angle on the black wing. That probably would have made this easier. I may change it later yet. I don't know. Hmm. Like maybe, maybe I should move her down here, and then move this guy over, over the shoulder here. I'll have to figure that out. Since this took so long to not get very far, I'll show some other things I've been working on. Oh yeah, I was working on this last art stream. Still got a bit to go to finish it off. Still not sure what kind of footwear I want to give him. I don't see Eclipse wanting to wear shoes at all, so maybe just like some wrappings. Let's see. Finally doing a regular drawing of Abyss instead of just the reference sheet. Because I gotta do that eventually. That's this guy. Decided to make a black arms based on the Dark Chaos Chow. Seems it, looks like a baby Black Doom to me. So, it did that. Plus, again, there's a shadow that looks like Shadow. So why not? It makes just as much sense. And Doom's got all those little pendants of various celestial objects like sun, moon, comets. So this here is a black hole, which my brother had to point out looks like a Beyblade. It's like, oh, nice. That wasn't my intention. But I suppose you could throw it at people. Dude. This here, I was thinking of not only drawing Cinder with hot cocoa, but also making this into a your character here commission of just, a chibi drinking hot cocoa. I got cold feet on this because it's probably going to be a lot of work, even though it's supposed to be an animatic instead of animated. And for some reason, I just wasn't doing well at drawing Sonic. I don't know. Sometimes my hand just doesn't want to work right. Like the muscles just they just don't want to work right. I'm not sure why. I mean, I have arthritis, but I kind of think it's something separate from that even. There are times where it's just like not possible to draw. Like I can technically do it, but it's not worth bothering because it's not gonna be good. It'll be more frustrating than it's worth. Hmm. I've also been working on more dark arms concepts because I just feel like doing that as a creative exercise. The fire one does a little short glove, 'cause like the laser thing gives elbow length gloves, so this one's just a short glove. And I'm kind of using salamander as an inspiration because fire salamanders. And here's the asteroid one, the indigo one. Made the giving him gravity socks, I guess. Which work like the mag boots in Ratchet and Clank. But I didn't want to have him just hover because he already has wings to fly. And I try not to duplicate things. And speaking of, this is the wisp that does the hover thing, and I've made it into his own kind of like air shoes. Though they look more like slippers here. Which, in the little loading screen of Shadow Generations, because it's simple, it looks like Shadow's wearing little red slippers. It's so funny. Guess that's it, really. I'll have to work more on this. And if this doesn't quite work out, I can at least reuse parts of it. Like I can reuse Cinder just as is, or reuse these things separately and then redraw the black wing at least. I think putting the black wing behind Cinder would be better, honestly, and not doing the symmetry thing. Maybe I'll use the symmetry thing for I use the symmetry thing to make like a ref sheet for myself. Should probably do that. But it is past time. So I should be signing off. I thank everyone for coming to the stream. It's nice to see some new faces. Well, not exactly faces, but So I think the next stream will be Sonic Rumble, but I'll have to double check exactly when it drops. For, my time. Thank you all for coming, and have a Cinderific day. Cinder out.